This week in Jamaica Now.
If you travel from town to even Yalas, it's like somebody use a slave belt and I beat you.
The St. Thomas protest over bad roads, was it really political?
Me a labor rights and me a black kid too. It's not about politics, it's about road.
To beat or not to beat, Prime Minister says it's time for the Parliament to decide whether to outlaw whipping children. Chaos outside Gordon House for the swearing in of 3 new MPs.
I'm not showing the tickets. Everybody have our tickets and they're boring. These laborers don't have any tickets.
Edward Warmington slams the press. He calls some practicing journalists damn idiots. 7-year-old boy assaulted at school by his peers while his mother was arrested. And Jamaican students top 14 subjects in CSEC 2017. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. It was a tough week for the police in St. Thomas as they sought to restore order for 3 days straight amid a protest over poor road conditions. Reinforcement had to be called in from the Police Mobile Reserve as well as the St. Catherine Division. The protest intensified on day 2 following the arrest of organiser Omar Ryan and another man for what the police say was suspicion of criminal intent. Amid the instability, 5 people had to be rushed to hospital after the car in which they were traveling was crushed by a tree that was being cut to block the roads. The residents say they are fed up by the neglect of their parish.
If you travel from town to even Yalas, it's like somebody use a slave belt and I beat you. Wanna take with water, we no quarrel. Wanna take with life, we still no quarrel, you know. And the road we want, I want for us take it, sir. We don't take with sand.
They might use with coffee.
We don't take with coffee. A matter of fact, and I'm saying no. I want to say, are the richest parish in the island. You see me I say? Right there.
On day 3 of the protest, the tension eased at one point when a police corporal was accidentally pepper sprayed by one of her colleagues who was attempting to arrest a protester for allegedly throwing a stone onto the roadway. And the People's National Party has rejected the suggestion by the governing Jamaica Labour Party that it is behind the St. Thomas protest. Protest organiser Omar Ryan, who was released without charge after 2 days in lockup, also denied that the protest was political. So too did one protester.
Me a labor rights and me a black kid too. It's not about politics, it's about road.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared that it is time for a debate in the Parliament in relation to the ending of corporal punishment in Jamaica. In his contribution to the 2017 budget debate earlier this year, Holness announced that the government would amend the Education Act to prohibit corporal punishment in schools. And speaking in Parliament on Tuesday, he reiterated that commitment but said he believes the country should go further to eliminate beating in all institutions. And earlier, there was chaos outside Gordon House as spectators tried to gain access to witness the swearing in of 3 new members of Parliament. Eugene Kelly, the councillor for the Whitfield Division in St. Andrews Southwest, was displeased about what he said was the partisan way in which tickets were being issued by the police for admission to Gordon House.
I'm not showing the tickets. Everybody have our tickets and they're boring. These laborers don't have any tickets. What are you doing, officer? You're just getting the tickets right now. No, man. No, you cannot do it. Dr. Davis, I'm going to know the name of that lady, you know, because she acts in a political way. She's letting in labor rights alone without any tickets. That lady there, I don't want to know her name.
St. Andrews Southwest MP Angela Brown-Burke, Mark Golding, St. Andrews South, and Dr. Norman Dunn, St. Mary South East, all took the oath of allegiance as members of the lower house. Edward Warmington, the chairman of the Constituency Development Fund, used this week's committee meeting to attack the press, calling some practitioners damn idiots. In what appeared to be an unusual drought of projects for approval by the branch of government which oversees the program, Warmington, in front of committee members Floyd Green, Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, and Richard Azan, launched his broadside. He took issue with the narrative surrounding an audiovisual presentation of him on the campaign trail in the recent St. Mary South East by-election.
It makes no sense, I want to tell you, to elect a PMP member of parliament when you have a Jamaica Labour Party government. It is quite clear and obvious if you have a Jamaica Labour Party member of parliament, it means you'll be able to serve you far better than a PMP member of parliament.
But Warmington said even PNP MPs said they knew that something must have gone wrong because the media reports on the utterance was not characteristic of him. The Firearm Licensing Authority has revoked the gun permit of a politician seen in an online video shooting at bottles in a man's outstretched hands and on his head. Trevor Webb, a Jamaica Labour Party candidate in the 2016 general elections, was being investigated after the video went viral. Webb would not comment on the development. However, a week ago, he was reported as saying the bullets were not real. The police are probing whether their protocol was breached by a cop at the Clarkstown station who failed to take a statement from a woman in distress that her 7-year-old son was assaulted at school. The woman said she made 3 attempts to report the matter to the police but was ignored by the cop on station duty. She had gone to the station because 4 boys at the Clarkstown Primary School allegedly held down her son while he was using the bathroom and inserted a piece of stick in his rectum. The boy had to seek medical attention. The woman, dissatisfied with the police reaction, reportedly became boisterous and was arrested on the instruction of a judge because she was disturbing a nearby court sitting. Jamaican students have topped 14 of the 35 subjects in the 2017 sitting of the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC exams. The subjects include English language, mathematics, and information technology. CSEC is done mostly by 5th form students who then move on to the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Exam, CAPE. In CAPE, Jamaican students achieved 21 top positions out of the approximately 70 units offered. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, more on the St. Thomas protest over bad roads.
There is good sand mine in St. Thomas, and St. Thomas road is very good. The thing about highway, what the highway is for, fix the road for the people. That is all the people are begging. Mr. President, my daughter got extension, fix the road, man. When we got on the man this time, I'm coming, we're tired. And there's no road. That is all we are begging in St. Thomas road. And good sand mine there, St. Thomas.
After we know the back of God, now back of time, I road one. Yeah, I'm hungry now, I want a road. We can do any type of hustle I want. Yeah.